hardened situation?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Obviously, emotional, moment, all that stuff. I'm going to leave that between me and the refs.
Taylor, me. Taylor, what did you see out of Bruno tonight in his minutes?
I mean, great activity. Obviously he hasn't, played a lot of, minutes during the regular season. So throwing him in there, I thought defensively he was great, blocking shots at the rim, going up and getting some rebounds, overall his activity, we talked about that, like that's where he can make a huge difference for us is defensively. And then offensively, he was kind of working his way into the offense, like a lot of our guys just trying to get to that second action. I thought he got better as the game went on. Credit to the Rockets. They were changing up coverages throughout the game, so much randomness out there. But very positive takeaway with Bruno staying ready, coming out, giving us great effort, great activity. And this is just something to continue to build on, as his role, whatever gets defined over the course of the season.
Given the circumstances of this game, do you kind of look at the technicals that your guys got as just a sign of their competitiveness?
Yeah, I mean, we'll go back and watch the film. Obviously, it's an emotional game. We've got to be smart. It's a 7-point game. Those 5 free throws. I think they made 4 of the 5. That comes down to a 3 possession game. So we'll go back. We've got to continue to compete, not lose our fire, but always know that we can't let it be a detriment to the team.
Coach.
Yes.
12% behind the arc, discouraging for any team. What do you tell your team, to keep believing in the let it fly system after a night like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to throw the discouraging word out the window and not let that sink into our brains. I mean, it's, we're only going to go up from here. We look at the guys' numbers over their careers and, guys that have shot over 30%, we just got to shoot more. That's step one. Continue to work on our individual vitamins, and we'll trend upwards. So I know it's a low number right now, but we just keep working out, and just exude confidence, and that number's going to go up.
So the way Ja plays, I know there was that moment in the fourth quarter where he went at the rim for that monstrous dunk, and it looked like he came down pretty bad on his knee. Do you kind of have to tell him to kind of be a little more responsible with his body, or do you just kind of let him do his thing and say that's his game?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, it's a credit to him, as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, him trying to figure out how defenses are guarding him, how he can attack, how he's got to play make. Luckily he's not doing that, every possession after possession after possession. So, I felt like, I was right behind him. He had a great opportunity to go try to make a play. It was a momentum play for us. It didn't work out for us. Tough landing. Obviously, we want to be cognizant of that and, want him to protect himself. But luckily it's not a recurring theme over and over and over again because his attack mentality is, one of his best attributes. So he's navigating and attacking appropriately, in my opinion.
So, Coach, Brandon Clark saw 20 minutes tonight, even though he got his first start. Is back still an issue, or is it just a flow of the game kind of thing?
I think we're just being precautious. Anytime you're dealing with a back injury, you don't want him to spike up anymore, especially when you're in the starting lineup. He could have, played close to 30 minutes. And, with our team right now, this is going to be the densest part of, our season up to this point where we've got so many games. We've got back-to-backs coming up, a lot of road travel. So, we've kind of had him in the low 20-minute range, these last couple games after he experienced some back soreness. And that'll go up as we make sure we have got a, great, clean bill of health for him.
Better effort from Tyus tonight, and then you played him and Ja together a little bit. And is that still something that down the road, maybe different situations, you want to look out more, or are you thinking that's going to be a very limited thing?
Yeah, I mean, tonight was kind of a, obviously with Grayson being out, it was something that I had actually penciled in. The more that we can get just multiple playmakers on the floor, sometimes other nights it may just be situational once, we're fully healthy or whatnot. But, to get 2 guys out there, it takes the load off of Ja. So much attention is going to be on him. I'm so happy that Tyus got back into a rhythm, competing defensively and, found a little bit of a groove offensively, got some shots to fall. So it's definitely something that we are talking about as a staff as much as possible, to have 2 guys that can really play make, super unselfish, that ultimately helps our offense at a high level.
With Ja being probably your most productive offensive player and Brandon being the most maybe productive defensive player, are those hard minutes limitations for you? And is the temptation there for you to see that and say, we need to play these guys a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I think over time they're going to end up playing more. You know, it's as I said earlier, you know, putting money in the bank with these guys. They're getting unbelievable experience. That's the number one thing. You know, and luckily they're playing 20+ minutes. So for the long haul, for 82 games, you know, those minutes will each, you know, go up and up. And you know, especially since we're having these fourth quarter moments, these close moments. You know, Ja experiencing, Brandon eventually experiencing. You know, it's not a hard cap or anything. You know, we try to maximize their experience regardless of what their minutes are. All right, thank you, everyone. Awesome, thank you, everyone.